Today, we're going to talk about the new scare tactic called lipotoxicity, meaning you're eating fat and your fat cells can only hold so much fat, and you're adding more fat, and it's jacking up your cholesterol numbers, your blood sugar numbers, your liver enzymes. Let's get into it. Welcome everyone to my crazy life. I was going to film this video outside, but the sun went down way too fast and we're only experiencing 22 hours a day. I know. Okay, I digress. I'm digressing. Lipotoxicity. Lipotoxicity it's a new catchphrase that's being thrown around in the keto carnivore sphere. And now people are completely paranoid about eating fat. So they begin to raise their protein again and drop their fat and eat foods like chicken breasts. I swear, as long as I've been on the internet, there's been so much bullshit. I literally can't handle it anymore. It's just so much garbage. Okay. Lipotoxicity comes from, which this doctor's created this new illness. It's not. If you're having problems, I was watching this woman's video, I'm not going to say her name, and she was talking about her husband and how she did a carnivore diet and she lost all this weight, and then he did a carnivore diet and his weight wouldn't budge. And I mean, I'm just going to show I'm just going to show the audio, the snippet of what she was saying. And I just can't. People do not contextualize anything anymore. They make these very vast, wide statements. When you don't lose weight, it could be your thyroid. When you're not losing weight, it could be your insulin, your blood sugar, cortisol. You could be having an inflammatory reaction going on. Your gallbladder could be junked up. You may not be able to sleep well. You might be insulin resistant. You might have too many heavy metals or parasites or phthalates. You may not cope with life very well. You might have metabolic inflexibility, derangement. Yeah, most likely you do. Super bad leaking gut. And the fat's the problem? Make it make sense.
Let's talk about the solution. This is not a death sentence. This does not mean that you have to go super low fat for the rest of your life. There's just a few tweaks that you need to implement to get everything moving in the right direction. First off is nutrition. You need to lower the fat and raise the protein. If you're not following carnivore, if you're doing more of a keto diet, you need to keep your carbs to 50 grams per day or less. Dr. Ali mentioned a hypothetical person when we were doing the interview where he talked about like 200 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs, and 75 grams of fat. That's just a hypothetical person, but you can see that you still are doing a pretty high level of fat. This isn't a low-fat diet by any means. I think the easiest way to accomplish this is just to stop adding extra fat to your meat. Don't add any butter to your meat. Don't drown your meat in extra fat. Don't eat any kind of pemmican or anything like that. Stop doing that and focus on eating the fat that is on your meat already. You can also try replacing one meal per day with a cut of meat that's a bit leaner. So instead of doing a fatty ribeye steak, you could do a sirloin steak. Instead of doing bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs, you could do boneless, skinless chicken thighs, or maybe a chicken breast. The key here is that you don't have to eliminate all fat.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Make it stop. I don't get this whole lipotoxicity is fat cells that are so stuffed they can't store any more fat. How illogical is that? If you are overweight, you have to look at your hormones. Fat does not make you fat. I'm Gary Taubes. Fat does not incite insulin unless you already have high blood sugar through gluconeogenesis and cortisol and poor sleep. I just got done watching this woman's video. She didn't mention any of this. Her channel has more subscribers than mine does. She sounds so intelligent. Where are the details? They're not there. She's saying that some people can't eat fat. Yeah, some people cannot eat fat because their gallbladder's a mess and their blood sugar's running high through stress, heavy metals, phthalates, fasting. I think, oh, there's a fly. And then I think I gotta listen back again. She talked about fasting. Oh, something that her husband fasted and ate chicken breasts. In my opinion, generally speaking, gurus do not tell you the truth. There's so many details lost in that whole explanation. How was your husband's gallbladder? What was his blood sugar before doing a carnivore diet that was high fat? Because the high fat that other people do is nowhere close to the high fat that I recommend. I started coaching 3 different diets because not everybody can eat high fat because of the gallbladder. My air conditioner just kicked in. The gallbladder is a big problem. If you have sludge, if it's tight, if you don't have enough taurine and glycine within the body, if your pancreatic lipase, if your enzymes aren't, you will have problems losing weight. You're not going to get into ketosis if you can't break down the fat. And if you have stress and your blood sugar's running high because you have metabolic derangement before doing a carnivore diet, that's why the carnivore diet doesn't fix you. So I remember there's another guru that I spoke to for a very long time. She started fasting, like she could not lose weight. And I said, you stress and stress and stress. I've never seen somebody stress as much as she would stress. Very intelligent woman, but stress, 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 stress. There's more details, but I won't reveal. Eating fat does not make your fat cells overstuffed and toxic. Advanced glycation end product, high blood sugar, stress, previous damage to the body, the thyroid, problems with your HPA axis, leaking gut, inflammation in your body from God knows what is why your blood sugar runs high and why your insulin is a problem and why your sex hormones are problematic and why your thyroid is a problem. Stop listening to this garbage. Fat is amazing. I've never, out of all the years that I've ever coached people, over 10,000 people, no one has developed lipotoxicity. That's kind of like priming, right? These made up names. No one has developed that. No one. In fact, to the 98th percentile, people are like, oh my God, I started feeling so much better when I added the fat, when I stopped fasting and eating too much protein. Yeah. Comment below. Did you get scared off this tomfoolery? Did you get duped again by another guru? Comment below. If you need help navigating with the fat and how to deal with it, if you need help with how to put your macros together, or any type of inflammatory issues, or a leaking gut, or your thyroid, or your reproductive hormones, or weight gain, or weight loss, or whatever, you can book a consultation. I also do a course where I cover all 3 diets because some people have hypoglycemia, dysglycemia, or gallbladder problems doing a carnivore diet, high fat or a ketogenic diet, trying to get into ketosis. My Instagram is Stephanie Ketogenic, Facebook fan page Stephanie Business Person, my website stephanieperson.com, and I'm out because it's too late for this tomfoolery. I've been wanting to do a video. It's been so hot here, and in 3 days it's gonna end. Yes, I am tan to the freaking from being outside with 9 equine, but that's okay. If you have questions about eating fat or why you're there's also histamine that will also spike your blood sugar and make you store fat. and why you're not losing weight if you can't tolerate butter, if your fat is from a dry hung, or rather, dry hung cow, if it's grass fed, fully grass fed, is it from your local farm? Everything matters why you ain't losing weight. And this whole your fat cells are so stuffed they can't hold more fat is a bunch of garbage, in my opinion. That's my opinion. And I'm out. Peace.